I mean, if we went to, we could launch it today. Like it should be live because we're promoting it anyway. So we're promoting it.
So like it was the first promotion was today's episode.
Yeah.
That I launched earlier. So.
Okay, so I guess I need to launch it. I need to make it live. I think it should be live. Actually, now that I think about it,
it should be live. Yeah, it's live. I've been going to it.
Okay, so you went to the website, like what's our website called? Anime Me. What's our website called?
anime-me.com.
Players there.
Yeah.
Everything. Hey, it's all up. Yeah. It's all up and going, son.
It's all going, son.
I don't like that this widget makes it unbalanced.
Yeah.
But if we
gotta figure out you could go ahead and resize it too.
Maybe so, or we add Twitch to it, Joe Angel.
Or add Twitch to it.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if this thing can connect. Unless you think
Riverside.
I don't know if Riverside connects to it.
There might be. I should probably gotta look into it.
I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? Freaking reading stuff, Joe Angel.
Reading, man.
Bruh.
Come on.
We all know. I don't have to talk about it.
Oh man, I've been reading a manga of one we're gonna do for October.
Mm-hmm.
Man, dude.
So good?
Oh, it's wild, man.
Okay, I like that. Wild. Oh wait, are we gonna do are we gonna do some spooky stuff?
Yeah. I already got like the spooky stuff lined up.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I just started a scary movie night at my house, so if you're ever in town on a Friday, I'm gonna hit you up, Joe Banks.
Hit it up.
Hit it up, mains.
Yeah, just
Speaking of hitting it up,
stream me. Just stream me for you, bro.
Yeah. I'll get you on Riverside.
Just put the phone on the couch.
Put the phone on the couch, but just lean forward.
Lean forward.
Which one do you want to start with?
We'll do Samurai Pizza.
Oh yeah, Joe Angel. Did you? Hey, no, we'll talk about it later.
We'll talk about it. Was Paul Wall there this weekend?
Hey, Paul Wall was the Iceman himself, bro.
The
Iceman himself, dude.
Dog.
I didn't know he was still doing it. He's still changing lanes. Paul
still changing lanes.
That boy, he's still changing
He
lanes.
all his way there.
He did. It took him so. That's why he hasn't been on tour very often. It takes him forever to get anywhere, bro.
Yeah.
He's
everybody trying to tell him, Paul, you gotta drive straight. You'll get there faster. He's like, can't do it, dog. I gotta swing.
Paul Wall slower than the beast. All right. All right. You know what? That's all right.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just all right. Like we cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool. All right. Here we go. In 3, 2, and 1. Hey everybody, welcome back to Anime Me Pod. It's me, Joe Angel, with my co-host Sal, and we are still rocking Sal Timber, y'all.
Y'all don't get tired of this, okay? It might be Sal. I'm talking about Saltober, Sal November, Sal December. Sal.
Sal. We're gonna add another one to the Chinese New Year.
Hey, well, you know how in anime they have like all kinds of spin-offs, and there's always like this is it. This is the spin-off.
This is spin-off.
Except for the spin-off is just I'm just doing it.
Yeah, you do.
We'll still do the regular anime, but then there's the Sal spin-off.
We're gonna have the B-sides.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It's that secret song you have to wait at the end of the tape.
Man, hey.
It's 15 minutes of silence and then do. Oh wait, what?
They don't do that anymore because you just right? Like you can't.
Yeah.
It's like in the song list. Like the song list is number 13.
Yeah, it'll be like untitled track.
Yeah,
Like
come on,
they had
man.
to add it to the last song, and everybody's
Yeah.
gonna be wondering like, why is this last song 20 minutes long when there's only like 3 minutes, and it was just like what 17 minutes of silence.
I don't think kids know about hidden tracks. You know what I'm saying? Like legit hidden tracks.
Legit hit
Dude,
tracks,
bring
dog.
them back somehow. I don't know how, but bring it back. They could do it on records because records are made. It's made their way back. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. Records have been making a comeback like
so,
crazy.
like, you know what I'm saying? Get Taylor Swift to get on that, hidden track, like legit. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? You know what
Like,
else I'm saying? I'm gonna
oh
say
snap! Oh
this
yeah,
podcast is about two friends showing animes to each other, and usually it's me doing it. But with South Timber, Sal's the one showing us anime.
Joe and Joe. I forgot we was doing a podcast, bro. Like I thought we was just.
Started talking about music. Hey, that's the power of music, y'all. Speaking of which,
Hey,
real quick aside, they already Kendrick Lamar's doing the Super Bowl already. We really
bro.
had the first game of the season.
Man, he's just gonna make the whole thing about a diss track to Drake the whole time.
the whole time.
Super Bowl diss track. You know what I'm saying?
Super Bowl district.
I'm here, you're there,
Yeah.
you're whack, I'm cool. You know, like
Yeah.
it's gonna be
Crazy.
it's gonna be so dope. I'm gonna sell everything so I can go. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm
Yeah.
selling my car, my truck, my car. I'm selling the
Sell it.
house.
Everything.
This is gonna be
Everything. Go.
epic. Bring Taylor Swift out there. They're gonna do a
Bruh. Duo.
duo, the
Got
greatest, the two goats, two goats
two
together, just like.
goats. Two goats, man.
Hey, you know what else is a goat? This
What
anime. This
This
anime
anime.
that you don't know about this. Jojo, did you know about this anime before we watched it?
It unlocked a memory, I think.
Right?
It started unlocking
Something.
some stuff.
It feels familiar. All right, well, I'm
Yeah.
gonna go ahead and tell you what we're watching. We're watching Samurai Pizza Cats. I think I've made reference to this once before in some of the other ones, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think it was. I can't remember when, but yeah, I remember you mentioning it.
I changed the game up on you because you know what I'm saying. Like I said, oh, let's do these. I'm gonna pick all these. I'll pick 5 different animes. Well, I already nixed like 3 of them. I changed my mind. I changed my mind.
Pull the okie doke.
I pulled the okie doke, and I said, you know what? We gotta do Samurai Pizza Cats. And you know what, dude? I don't know anything about this, and I didn't know any. I watched it when I was a kid, and I was like, I don't know anything about this except for I remember the theme song. But you know what? We'll get into it later. Let's
get a real quick synopsis.
Give me a synopsis and give me some highlights.
All right, guys. We have a pizzeria in the heart of Little Tokyo that is operated by crime-fighting superhero cats who fights crime in Gundam suits, I'm guessing, question mark?
Go on.
Their big baddie is called the Big Cheese, who
Love it.
is an evil rat who's plotting to take over the world, all while working out of a pizzeria, guys.
That's it, dude.
That's it. Yeah.
Part-time job. I don't know which one's the part-time job.
Yeah.
Fighting crime
It's
is a part-time
job. It's a little like Spider-Man-esque because Tobey Maguire worked at a pizzeria before he started working at the Bugle, you know. So I get it. All right, pizzerias has superheroes. But yeah, this going through the episode, like immediately right at the back, I was like, oh, this is like Saturday morning cartoon already. Like right at the back. Saturday morning, throw it on Fox Kids, you know, watching cartoons.
Yes. And I think that's what happened, but I think it was showing on Fox on Fox, and I think it was like before school. Like I would wake up and I saw this show on TV on Fox before school. It was like 6 o'clock in the morning. I don't know exactly when this was aired. I need to find that. I couldn't find that in my information, but like
I do like go through it, watching it. It started. I felt like I've seen this as a kid because it started unlocking some core memories. I'm like, these cats, this voiceover. I'm like, this feels familiar. Like that,
right?
Not the big bird, but the other bird whose name is Jerry, who's working with the Big Cheese. I remember that bird. That bird was the key. that
Uh-huh.
was the lamp. That was the lamp
Tr- It
in my
it
life.
tr-
We're like,
it
there's something about that.
uh
Yeah,
okay, so you're a little bit younger than I am. I'm
yeah,
thinking what happened is you woke up early in the morning
yeah,
and you were like too young to know what was going on, but
yeah.
you like saw something. You know what I'm saying? Like you just like
Saw
you can have
something. My
you
memory
got
wasn't created yet.
well all right, go go on. I don't know.
All right. I
So what
forgot
uh,
how like going back, just in general, going back and watching like old cartoons and stuff. I
mhm.
forget how often they made references and jokes that are like, as an adult watching it, you're like, oh, whoa, this was in the show.
Yeah,
Like, hold up, this was a kids show.
I don't think you can say
Yeah,
that.
yeah. There's much stuff that they're saying. I'm like, I don't think you can say that nowadays, especially with the one of the characters' names. It's I think that's a slur to a
Uh,
race.
okay, so yeah.
Yeah,
One of his name is Guido
yeah,
Anchovy.
yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's like
I think Guido is like a bad. It's a bad term for
for an
Italians.
Italian.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And the other guy's name, Speedy
Speedy
Ceviche,
ceviche. Yeah,
which I think is also a racial. There's like
yeah. For Mexican,
that. It's a Mexican cat. You know what I'm
like Speedy Gonzalez, Speedy
saying?
ceviche. Yeah.
The girl samurai kind of gets off at polyester. Polyester.
Polyester, polyester. Yeah, it's tamed.
Let me go ahead and answer it. They're wearing samurai suits, but they're kind
Yeah,
of mech style. I'm go with
yeah,
some stuff in the facts, kind of reason why
yeah. It has like
they
a
look.
very mech style feel to their
Yeah.
suits.
They're like new age samurais.
Yeah,
So, Samurai Pizza Cat.
yeah.
Hey, but that
But
theme song though,
that theme song, such a classic theme. Like
it's such
such
a
classic Saturday early morning '90s, early
silly,
2000s, '80s cartoons. Like just silliness.
yeah, silliness.
But this town, dude, I want to move to Little Tokyo, man. I
Hey, it was
mean,
dope.
the way he was describing it, low, high cholesterol. You get everybody gets cable, and there's food trucks all over the place. Dog, this is like paradise, man.
Yeah, this is the best Tokyo.
Yeah.
So good.
I mean, it was just, dude, it just unlocked a bunch of memories for me. Like growing up watching cartoons, it's just like, man,
This is like
take me back to
Saturday
where
morning.
I didn't have responsibilities.
They make some like yeah, like you said, they make some funny like adult kind of humor, but they do a
Yeah,
lot of stuff like breaking the fourth wall
yeah.
or they make a lot of like pop culture references.
Yeah, it's like a lot of that, a lot of puns.
So many puns, dude.
Like in the beginning when they're at the restaurant, there's a little, I guess, a kid asking, "Hey, do you serve shrimp?" And one of the waiters, she goes, "Of course we. It doesn't matter how short we are. Of course we serve you." It's just like a
Doesn't
real, just one of those real quick, just like throwaway lines.
there's another throwaway line. He's like, "Hey, this pizza has mold on it." He goes,
Yeah,
"It whatever, eat your greens." It's
yeah,
like,
whatever. Yeah, yeah,
but it's off to the side, like real quiet. Like it's
yeah.
just kind of snappy.
Just real quick, just like boom, 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 hit him, hit him, hit him. Um, and then there's another girl whose name's Lucille.
Hmm.
Um, who the whole time is so a drag because there's a dragon that shows up. Somebody got the Dragon Balls, summon Shenron. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
destroying stuff. But the whole time, this Lucille is just like worried about her pizza. She's like, "Oh no, does that mean I'm not gonna get my pizza? Like, what happened to my pizza?" It's just like, girl, there's a
Yeah,
dragon destroying this city right now.
like literally
Get your
destroy
pizza.
going through buildings.
Yeah, he almost stomped you out. You're worried about pizza. Come on. Yeah, like the names and stuff. Big Cheese, Big Al Dente.
It's full of silly puns, dude. It's
It's
full
like
of them.
it's like somebody read a dad joke book and just we're gonna use everything in this book.
It really is. All right, you know what? I'm gonna do a little something different. I'm gonna jump in
Yeah.
here and interject some stuff, some little facts while we go
Little
along
thing,
here.
yeah,
All right, so the reason, I mean, not the reason, but part of the reason why you think they kind of look kind of mechish is because this is the same production company that produced Speed Racer, one, so you can kind of see that little Speed Racer influence,
Yeah.
and two, they also produced the same like Gundam. These are the same. This is Tatsunoko Productions, and so like they were the beginnings back in like the 70s, and they were kind of the first pioneers of that kind of stuff. So they got this kind
Yeah.
of Gundam Wing look to them. They've got
Yeah.
this kind of, Speed Racer look to them.
Yeah.
This show came out in 1990 in
Yeah.
Japan. So we're talking the 90s. That's why it looks
Yeah.
so
90s
90s
Japan. Yeah.
and
Yeah, there's a certain style to it too. Just when you look at the animation, how they're moving, how uh, everything's like with the movements, with the weapons, the
hmm
suit,
hmm
like it does. You can tell, all right, these guys had to like either been inspired or worked on a Gundam mech anime. They kind of had the same kind of how do you say
feeling.
feeling as like Speed Racer with like
Hmm
just little quick whips and their dialogue.
Yeah.
Um,
Well,
I
so
do
here's the
like the fact that their launcher. So when they launch out into their stuff, they first of all they jump in an oven.
yeah.
That's the chute they jump in is an oven. Uh, and then the top of the building becomes like a gun that they get shot out of.
I remember that as a kid. I was
Dude.
like, "Oh, snap." Yeah. I forget who, I don't remember. Is it who is it there, like she's they're pretty much their,
She's their guy in the chair almost.
yeah, the
I
guy in the
can't remember
chair.
her name. Yeah.
The remote looks like a gun and she pulls the trigger
Yeah.
and shoots him out.
Yeah.
Wild, dude.
Dude. And during that scene too, there's a kid who's like, "Oh, these stupid samurai pizza cats are polluting the air." Yeah.
Okay, going back real quick. So
Yeah.
Tatsunoko Productions, back to these guys.
Yeah.
The reason why they have this specific look is because they kind of pioneered or rethought how animation should look, and were the first ones to kind of like their emphasis was to make things look kind of realistic. You want to see some real muscle structure,
Yeah.
some the way cars move. They're not cartoony like in like Saturday morning cartoon where like it all like reels and everything kind of
Yeah.
bouncy. And he wanted it to be like they wanted it to be like more realistic and more like
Yeah.
movements that like look more natural, so you can kind of
Anatomically
see it.
correct.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I like that. You'll kind of see some of
Yeah.
that in some of the influences. And even though this is extremely cartoony and they're all animals, this whole city is little
Yeah.
Tokyo's all animals, but the way they move is
Yeah.
serious.
Yeah. And as the narrator said, is it really a little town if there's not flying ducks talking hippopotamus? Can you really call it a town?
At the
Oh,
very beginning of it too,
yeah.
he goes,
Yeah.
somebody cue the bird," and the bird
Yeah.
flies across. Like, what is happening on this show?
Dude, it is hilarious. Like, and of course, they have the other line that you hear all the time. It's not the heat, it's the humidity.
Hey, I thought about you, Joey.
Yeah.
I was like, you and I have the same exact conversation all the time.
All the time. Like, yes, this is real. This is real stuff right now, guys.
From the 90s, bro. This is probably where we got it from. It's
Yeah,
not the heat. It's
the
still the
humidity.
same. We've been
It's
saying this for 40 years, bro. From the 90s.
from the
And
'90s, dog. It hasn't changed.
there's also a pun in there where she goes, when they start fighting the dragon, and she says,
Yeah.
"How about heartburn?" And she starts shooting hearts, and they're like, "Dude, it just
Dude.
pun after pun after pun." It's like Deadpool, you
Yeah,
know, Deadpool
Deadpool for
light.
kids. Yeah,
Yeah,
Deadpool for
yeah,
kids.
yeah.
Oh, it just reminds me of just like, man, even though like they're like kid shows made for kids, but going back and watching it is just like I still enjoy this. This is still funny. I'm still laughing at these same
Right,
jokes. Yeah.
right. I think so. I
Yeah.
think it holds up. All right, so let me give you a little something here, another little tidbit. This has something very similar to our very first episode that we ever recorded, Joe Angel. Can you give me a guess? Can you give me a guess of what's
Is
happening in
it
the
the
show?
same writer for Ghost Stories?
No, but you're on the right track. You're on the right track.
Yeah.
The writers on this show is the same thing. They had the
Yeah.
show, it's produced in 1990 to 1991. They have 52 episodes. And Saban Entertainment, or Saban, I think it's Saban
Yeah. So that,
Entertainment, the same people who did the Power Rangers
yeah.
and a bunch of other stuff that brought to, I think, yeah, they helped Super Sentai get to Power Rangers into
Yeah.
America. So they bring this show into America. They try to do a whole dub thing. It's not great. It
Yeah.
exists somewhere, but they bring some American writers. They have them sit down, watch the show, and they just tell them, let's write some silliness.
Yeah.
And they overdub it. That's why you hear all these like funny references,
Yeah.
breaking the fourth wall, the pop culture references, things that are just kind of put in the background. They're just like, let's just make the show funny. You know, like I
Yeah.
think probably the show was like supposed to be funny, but it's once again that whole like it's in Japan, they're speaking a
Yeah.
different language. Some of that stuff won't translate.
Yeah. So are you gonna get the references from there to here? Got to make
Hmm.
it more relatable. Yeah, which I
Yep.
think is a common thing, at least for
Yeah.
back in the day, since there really wasn't that much of a cross culture
Yeah.
aspect in our actual lives. So they
Yeah.
had to like, we had to like rewrite some of the stuff to make it more applicable to Americans or to whoever you are.
Yeah, and that's exactly what happens. I mean, they release 54 episodes in Japan, and then they dub some over and like the actual stuff, and they release it in Canada, but it's released with like 40 episodes or 40 something
Yeah,
episodes because they had to cut a bunch of them out because there's a bunch
yeah,
of references that they just don't get.
yeah,
And the same thing for America. They probably, I think
yeah,
they released 50, so they dropped like 4 episodes
mhm,
in America so that they can get some stuff to, because some of it was filler or some of it
yeah,
just had a bunch of like visual representation of
yeah,
Japan that you just don't get, you know. So,
yeah. I mean, there is some that does happen. Like there is a old Pokemon episode that I think there's a couple, but I know for sure one of them had to do with like seizures and stuff because there was lighting
mhm.
uh that was causing seizures. I know they cut that out. There's
Oh
another
wow.
episode where somebody had a gun, and so they took that. They didn't air that episode because they didn't want to have a gun in the kitchen.
Yeah. I can see
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
All right, what else you got for me, Joe Angel? What else
Oh,
did, what
dude,
else
this
this,
is
I
just.
mean, how much did you enjoy it? For real, are you like, I want to like lay down
Yeah,
on a Saturday, get some chips or get a bowl of cereal and watch this show, right? I mean,
this is when I will like if I'm like doing something. I just need something to watch. I could throw this on and watch it.
throw
It's
it on
like I
the
said,
background.
it's a background thing. It's funny. Like I said, it's got all those puns, all those the kind of fourth wall breaks, and it's just silliness. Yeah, in
Absolutely.
all honesty, yeah.
They even do, did you hear the outro, the outro song?
Uh, it
It's the
was
same. It
yes, the
sounds
same.
it sounds the same. It is, and it
Yeah,
practically is. They just changed the lyrics for
yeah,
the ending of it.
because it looks like the beginning's more like felt more like a karaoke style, like
Yeah.
like somebody went to karaoke and did the song, and then they had like, all right, let's have somebody actually try and sing this song. Yeah.
That's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
So the guy, Saban and another writer rewrite this song because like
Yeah.
they're not gonna take the Japanese song intro song. They're gonna make an American version of it,
Yeah.
and they write this silliness. They don't have a script hardly, and you can hear it in making reference to it. They're like,
Yeah.
"Hey, we're trying to put this together," and you hear this like the guy who's speaking these words, semi singing it. He's
Yeah.
a writer. He's a writer on the show, and they're just like, "You just do the silly voice," and he does this silly voice, does the intro and the outro part of the song, and the story goes that he was probably a little tipsy. He was doing a little. He was partaking in
Yeah.
some adult beverages. They get him on mic, and he's
Yeah.
kind of stuttery and a little bit stumbly and silly,
Yeah.
and they leave it all in. They're like, yes,
Leave it. Leave
it's a kid show. It's a
it.
kid
Yeah.
show.
You know what? These kids
uh,
ain't gonna know. Just leave
they
it.
didn't know. They didn't know,
Yeah.
and you know what? We freaking loved it. That guy, he sounded like Do you know who the B-52s are? Have you ever heard this song?
Yeah. The B-52s. Yeah.
Love Shack. You know the
Yeah.
he sounds like that
Love
guy.
Shack.
Yeah, he goes,
Yeah.
"Don't forget your jukebox money," and I was like, "That's the same guy." It's not the
Yes,
same guy.
guy.
It's not the guy. It's not the guy, dude.
Nah, that guy's doing actual stuff, man.
He's doing real things. He's doing real stuff. And so that guy they do that song together, and that I don't know how much Saban.
Yeah,
I
I'll
don't
say
know.
Saban.
Do you know much about Saban Entertainment?
I just know like they were the ones mainly pushing Power Rangers. Like they're the main ones behind Power Rangers. I know they had like games and stuff that they did too that they were attached to. Uh there's some other shows besides Power Rangers. I think they did Beetleborgs. I'm not sure. I can't
I
remember.
think they did that too,
I
yeah.
feel
And I
like they did
think,
Beetleborgs too.
oh, I think they may have also done oh, what was the first that show? It was with those little kids, Digimon. I think
Digimon. I think
they
it might have
started,
been
yeah,
Digimon. Yeah.
their first couple like seasons or first couple
Yeah.
episodes, they like brought it over and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I know it
kind
was
of,
really big back in the day. It was one of those companies that were big back in the day.
so there is a manga about this. It was hard for me to find anything about it, what it was based off of, but it's the show is originally called Cat Ninja Legend. Cat Ninja Legend. I think
Cat
it's
Ninja Legend. Yeah.
Cat Ninja Legend TND, which I think is probably the name
Yeah.
of somebody. And it, I think it was in production only in like 1990. So it was the same thing.
Yeah.
The show comes out 1990, 1991. They have 52 episodes, and in tandem, it comes out with the manga, the Cat Ninja, and it's produced on, I think maybe Bonbon.
Yeah.
And then later on, so it gains some kind of traction. It does pretty well, and Tatsuya Soma comes out with another couple issues of uh, Cat Ninja Legend
Yeah.
in 1994. So then after that, like this happens in 1990, 1991, and then it gets put on, like a lot of other countries pick it up. The UK get it, Canada gets it. America's a little slow to the game. We get it in 1996. Where were you, Joe Angel, in 1996? All right, think about that. I'm trying to think.
Man. Trying to think, where was
I'm trying
I?
to think. I was I was in middle school. So you must have been in elementary school.
See,
Or were you even alive? Were you alive in 96?
I was alive in 96.
Okay, you was alive in 96.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't remember. When did we start elementary? Elementary was what, 6, 7 years old? So I remember what's preschool, because what's preschool age? When is actual age for preschool?
Preschool, you're like 5, 6, maybe.
Yeah, I might have been in preschool.
Between the years, your middle school and high school, you're like 10 to 13, I think. 10 to 13, 14.
Like, I think just it's weird since America has like so many different like education
yeah
groups, because we have like either in middle school, which is 6th, 7th grade, or junior high, which is 7th, 8th, and 9th. Then the high school being 10, 11, 12, which is what Japan does. They do that style 3-3, because their elementary is like kindergarten to like 6th grade would be. So yeah, but I think all in all, I was in preschool, because I do remember being in preschool.
So like, yeah, so you would have been really young. So this only, I mean, it only has 50 episodes, and I'm guessing it would have like it doesn't really. I didn't really find how long. I just know that it was on TV on Fox in 96. It wasn't. I mean, 52 episodes. I'm guessing back in the day, that's like 2 seasons for us.
Yeah.
In Japan, that they considered that just 1 season, so they technically
just
one whole 50 episode season. Like, no, everybody had time. We had time back then, Joe Angel. You know what I'm saying? Like,
we had time.
The phone
Everybody
wasn't
had time
ringing.
back then. Time was slower back then, so everybody had it.
Like, I need 50 episodes of this
Yeah,
cat show. I need 50 episodes of
I
this
need
cat
it.
show, dude.
Which it does have like a. Do you know who Doraemon is? The little
I don't think
cat
I do.
without the ears, the little blue cat.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, they
Okay.
do have similar features to Doraemon.
Is that who is that? Is that produced by Toei Animation? Is he like almost like the
Toei Animation. What was it produced by?
I don't know if they
Let's
produced
see.
that. But either way, Tatsunoko Production is
Yeah,
like one of the biggest productions in Japan, and
in
they
Japan.
give way.
Yeah.
They give way to TMS Entertainment, to Mushi Productions. They give way to Toei Animation. Like a lot of other production companies kind of stem from Tatsunoko from like back in the 70s. So they
Yeah.
kind of gave way. And so like you'll see some influence, or you see the kind of look to it as they continue to branch off from Tatsunoko. Oh gosh. I just try to swipe my notes, Joe. I try to go like, look, I try to go like this.
This way.
I try to, yo, it's straight up hot
Wait,
in this piece.
hot in this mug. It's the humidity,
It,
man.
it's not, it's the humidity, as we learned it, dude.
Oh
So, but
man.
the thing is, so it comes out in 96, but then like it kind of just disappears because there's problems with the rights. They go back to Japan, and we're trying to figure out how to get it anywhere. And so there was nowhere like
Yeah.
from 96 when it was airing all the way up until like probably 2015. There was no Samurai Pizza Cat. There was
Yeah.
just like it was just maybe if you found a DVD set somewhere, if you were lucky.
Yeah.
And then so eventually I think Saban is able to get the rights back, and then they start putting it out, and you can get it on Crunchyroll at some point. Where did you watch this? Do you have any Did you actually have to go to Amazon to find this, or did you have to go to
Yeah, I went to
YouTube? Did you find
Amazon.
out?
Well, I looked it up, and it said Peacock, Amazon, and I think Roku. What is this? What I put? I went to Amazon.
Tubi has it. Tubi had it.
Tubi.
So 2015 it was there. Amazon it got there at 2018. In 2020 it got onto Tubi and some other stuff like Peacock and stuff. So like it's only been 6 to 8 years that
Yeah.
people have gotten into, or maybe back into. So there's a resurgence.
Yeah.
People are actually watching this show, and it's becoming like people are like, oh, this is like a cult classic. Like you felt it, right? You felt like
like going back into the with the dialogue and stuff. Like I said, the stuff they're saying, it brings that like, oh wait, oh that's crazy, because a lot, especially nowadays, like a lot of shows don't talk like that.
Yeah, they really
So I
don't.
think that's part of it, is when stuff like that comes back into the fold. It's just because of the dialogue, like how stuff was said, what was being said and referenced and stuff. It's just like you don't find that really in media nowadays.
You really don't, dude. It's like it's a little gritty. It's a little gritty. I could just imagine these like writers like in the studio watching this show,
Yeah.
and then just like throwing out some crazy stuff,
Yeah, they're just talking. They're just like, say this.
Yeah,
Oh, look at this. It looks like he said this.
Yeah, right, exactly. He's standing on his head, and he comes out of he's standing on the ground, and one of the other Samurai Pizza Cats comes up out of the dirt, and he goes, "Look, what did he say? Look who reared his ugly head," or something like that.
Yeah.
Dude, I was just like,
I'm tired of being an underground success.
Yeah, that's right. Dude, so good, dude.
Which, by the way, I think I did find a new pickup line.
What's that? Did you hear?
Pizza without a flour is like it's like, what was it? Hey, I know I wrote it down somewhere. Let's see. Let me see, where did it go? A pizza without a flour is like a game of squash without a shower.
Hey, he's straight up risen her up, right?
He straight up risen her, dog. He's all like, and he tells it to you, he's like, oh, you don't have what we have. What do you mean? It's called love, bro.
Oh my gosh, it's so adult like. the way like 90s
Yeah.
shows are. But
Well,
I
not as
guess
cartoons was. That's how they were
yeah.
back then.
I mean, if you're gonna watch
Everybody
it
was
with a
grown
kid,
back then, man.
yeah, I'm pretty sure that I saw somebody smoking in this cartoon. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it's
It's
like,
back there with the cigarette.
yeah.
Oh man.
So like, going on, the show is pretty dang popular. They make a video game, but I don't know what the deal is with these rights, but they're having such a hard time like coming up with it. Whoever's truly has this,
Yeah.
they are holding. They got a
Holding
grip
on
on it.
to yeah.
So like like there was I don't know if you ever heard of this game. I loved it. It was called Tatsunoko versus Capcom, and it was kind of like one of those like Marvel versus Capcom fighting games. You
Yeah.
ever see them? They're jumping
Yeah.
around
Yeah.
and flying and hit. So they were supposed to be in this video game, except for they couldn't get the rights to do it. They couldn't
Yeah.
get the
Yeah.
cat in it. But like they are made referenced if you like watch like current shows now, like the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, there's reference to the Samurai Pizza
Yeah.
Cats. There's also like they even reference it in the beginning of the show when they're singing their song.
Yeah.
They talk about being a turtle, and so like they make
Yeah.
did you? I don't know if you heard
Yeah,
that one
they
turtle
even have a
reference.
turtle one the Dragons Destroying the City. The
Yeah, yeah.
narrators are like even like retired Ninja Turtles are
Uh-huh,
running,
uh-huh.
and then the turtle like you hear the turtle say "Cowabunga."
Yeah.
I don't know if you got that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So like it's I think it still has. I mean, there could be a point. I don't know if there's not any talk about it, but because of all the traction it's gotten in the last couple years, and people are kind of equating it to ghost stories and some of the like
Yeah,
silliness and the dubbing of it all, that I mean, there could be a chance of a return. That's just been like on the rumor mill,
yeah,
but I don't think any of that can be actually confirmed.
yeah,
Later on, Saban, they also did their own comic book dub that was based on the cartoon. So they did it after the
yeah.
show comes. So in '96 the show comes out, and in '97 Saban comes out with their own like, but it's kind of paired up with
Yeah.
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and
Okay, it's kind of like a crossover
a
or a
crossover,
little.
or it's just like almost like they have it as a comic strip, or like it's just kind of
Okay,
like
yeah, like a collection or
a collection.
yeah,
So the show does really well though, and the new writing, like it's taken it through the stratosphere.
yeah,
So much so that like if you can find the show some places else, if you can't find it like on these major platforms like we were talking about, but you have to be careful because you'll end up with the original Japanese to English dub, which isn't as good.
yeah.
And I mean, some people even will argue that this new dub is even better than like the original
The
Japanese
original,
versions.
yeah,
So it's like it's almost like the way to watch it now, just like it
yeah,
was with with Ghost Stories. Like you gotta
yeah.
watch it on this
This
dub
way,
version.
yeah.
Yeah, and a
You
lot of
have to
people,
watch the dub.
it's got great reviews. I don't know
Yeah.
if you looked up anything. Did you look? You don't look up any of this, do you?
Just I look up uh where to watch it if I can't find it, or I just like if there's other stuff I need to like think if there's something that's referenced, I'll go and look it up real quick if I need like if I'm gonna talk about it.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
But other than that, I'll just like let it go and watch it and try to see what I can figure out myself with like references and styles and stuff like that.
Well, so after all this, I mean, I'll go ahead and tell you that it's got pretty good reviews. Out of 5 stars
Yeah,
online, most of the time it's like 4 to 4.5 stars. So a
yeah,
lot of people are loving this show, but that's online though.
yeah.
We
That's
can't
all
hardly
right,
trust
man.
all
That
that.
ain't
So,
real.
that ain't real, dude. Like I don't trust anything
It's
I see on
AI.
the internet, bro.
Look at their hands. How many fingers they got?
At least
Fuck,
10 on one hand.
at
At
least
least 10 on one hand. Fingers for days, son. All right, but here you go, Joe Angel.
days.
Let's get
Yeah.
that Joe Angel power hour
So
in.
Angel Power Hour, y'all.
Yes, sponsored
Well,
by some sort of
sponsored
energy
by
drink.
some sort of energy drink. I got orange powder right now. Orange powder drink.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh
Hey, you ain't got time to put that in water. You just
yeah, the guy
sniff,
just sniff it and go.
So what do you got? Let's use the Sal Guac Talk hour for it actually. So
All
go ahead.
right.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. All right. Well, like I said, this did unlock a lot of memories for me. Like I said, I'm very positive I've seen this anime when I was younger. And so it's just like watching it, I was in the back of my mind thinking about like all the old cartoon shows, all the feels of like going from Saturday morning, waking up and just throw it on Fox. Like I remember like trying to wake up at a certain time to catch certain shows too. And so like it just brought back all that nostalgia. Watching it back as an adult, he said it is. I like stupid dad jokes and just like puns and stuff. That's the type of comedy I like.
Yep.
And so this resonated pretty well with me because it has a bunch of that. Like I said, the style of it. I like cats. I like Gundam. You got two of my favorite things right off the back. Pizza is my number 6 favorite food, top 10 food. So you know, you just got all the stuff I like, man.
It really does.
It really does. But yeah, like I said, this would be something I could like if I just need something to watch and throw on, I could throw this on. This would be one of the ones that I would pick.
Do you have like a 1 out of 10 or 1 out of 5?
1 out of 5 pizza slices. How many am I eating?
Yeah. That's a good rate. That's a good rating.
I'll give it 4 slices.
That's pretty good. Yeah. That's pretty high.
Yeah, like I said, because it's got stuff that I like. Like I said, it's the silliness of it, the cats and Gundam suits. I like that. Just the fourth wall breaks and the references they make that I can get. It's just
Yeah, I mean, I think it was enjoyable back then when I was a kid. I didn't know what was happening. I didn't know what anime was. I didn't know that I was like watching an anime show. I thought I was just watching a morning cartoon. And then now coming back to, I'm like, oh wait, they had an actual this is from Japan. And
this is an actual thing.
And it's all coming full circle. Here we are doing an anime show, and I'm like, hey, let me introduce you to something I watched when I was a kid. Dude, it's wild.
Let's bring it back, dog. See, it's always been there, Sal.
It's always been there. It's always been right here. It's always been right here, dude.
Right there.
I love it. Love it, bro.
Love it, dog. And you know what else we love? We love anime. And if you love anime, how about you show us how much you love it by clicking those likes, clicking those shares, clicking those subscribe buttons on all our platforms. So you can find us on SoundCloud, Spotify, Podbean, YouTube, Apple Podcasts. You can go to our website now, guys, animeme-.com, where you can also find our episodes. And you can buy our shirts. You see, I'm wearing it right now. Boom!
The shirt
guy. He sees it. It's there, and it's on our website, God. Dripped out, dog.
Drippy.
Drippy, dog. I'm drippy today, right now. Dog.
Yeah, you are.
And not because it's hot. Well, other than that, guys, as always, leave us a comment about any anime shows you want us to watch. And if you're trying to get a friend in anime, show them our podcast. Say, hey, these guys are covering the podcast. You can give them our whatever website they want to go to, or you can give them our actual website. We have all the lists of all the shows we've covered. If there's a specific show, you can share that episode. Or if there's one that you want us to cover and watch, drop it in those comments so we could get on that as well, guys. And as always, I've been Joe Angel with my co-host Sal, and we will see you on the next one. Laters.
Peace.
これはアニメミーでした。これから帰国の旅を始めます。ご清聴ありがとうございました。